Here's a great tip on how to help your athletes and your wrestlers if they struggle with the ability to focus. So very simply, you have to address the distraction. So there's an archery competition, and hear me out because this is going to make a lot of sense. They're metal targets, right? Maybe shaped like a deer or a coyote or whatever, a bear. And there's a hole about that big, and within that hole is a piece of foam for the arrow. And they're about that thick. So, and they're shooting, 50 yards or more, 150 feet, 180 feet, probably farther. The closer shots have a smaller hole in the metal target. And, if you miss, it's a $35 arrow, right? So there's a fear. Now, if the arrow was, let's say you won $1 if you win the tournament, and let's say an arrow cost $1, wouldn't it be that big of a deal? But let's say there's, I don't know, 5, 10 grand on the line, and every arrow you miss is $35. They explode. They're just destroyed. They splinter and are ruined. So there's fear there, right? So what happens when you miss a target? So usually there's a target of, let's say, a deer, and there's like little lines around the 8 target for 8 points, and then it's 10, and then it's 12. Oh, well, I didn't get any points, or I got 5, or I got 10. Oh, yay, I got a 12-point shot. But if you don't get a 12-point shot, you just at least hit foam, right? And even if you miss the whole target, then your arrow, ends up in the dirt, and you can probably retrieve it. So this other contest, there's more fear. So what that teaches you with it's not even just pressure, it's fear. So you have to learn to address what is causing you the fear, block it out, and then hyper focus on the target. And some shooters have found that they shoot better at tournaments like that because there's pressure on, pressure off. We talked about this. All athletes are a little bit different. And, I did write a big article on this back like in 2000, 2001, hell, almost 25 years ago. And Drake University in Iowa, they used my article in their master's degree program for coaching. And, I'm not a psychologist or anything. I just understand some of this stuff. Just through being through wrestling and the good and the bad and the doing well and the not always doing so well and just thinking about this stuff. So some of us do better with pressure on, right? So Tim Grover, who was Michael Jordan and Kobe Bryant's performance coach, he says more pressure. Don't just try to take pressure off. So what we do so often is we're trying to take pressure off of these kids, which you need to do that too. It's a case-by-case basis, I have found. But the more the athlete needs to be grabbed and say, hey, let's go win. You've been doing this crap for 9 years. You have nothing to show for it. Let's go. That wrestler's going to succeed instead of like, oh, honey, it just still doesn't matter. We're gonna go to Dairy Queen after the tournament. We're like, dude, let's win. It's time to win, right? So there's got to be some pressure there. That's the reason you see some people in life, they don't do so well, right? Then they find out that they're going to be a dad, and then they snap out of it, and they become a quality human. You're like, oh, you were living in Loserville for a lot of years, and no one can snap you out of it. So, pressure can be good. So what you do is, the reason some shooters shoot better in that condition is because there's a heightened emergency. So what you teach your kids probably, and there's some also, wrestling advice and companies and stuff who always teach pressure off, just act like it's no big deal, act like it's practice. Don't place more importance on this tournament than you do practice, or don't place, dude, you can't do that. You can't tell a 15-year-old who's in the state finals as a freshman that it doesn't matter, that, oh, this is no different than the JV tournament you wrestled at, in November. Yes, it is. It's a lot different. So I like to say, address the obstacle. Look at the seriousness of it. Look at the fact that, hey, this is the state tournament. This does mean more. There is more importance. There is more pressure. And don't focus on the bigger success, the bigger pot of gold, not the bigger weight of the loss. It should pull better performance out of you, right? And it's easy to go out there sometimes and maybe not, it's like getting a slap in the face. Not trying so hard. You're like, oh, I'm trying to shoot that 12 ring on the archery on the archery trail in the tournament. I just can't seem to do it. Oh well, I'm gonna keep trying. Well, guess what? Oh, I just can't seem to do it, and I just blew up 9 arrows, and I spent $300. Those guys are going to focus more. Now, the ones who are not going to focus as much are the ones who can't ignore this bigger failure. So the bigger the pressure, the bigger the tournament, the more difficult it is, the more the loss will hurt, but more the win will feel good. And you can kind of use the heightened sense of emergency of a big competitive tournament, like maybe the state finals, national finals, college NCAA tournament, college NCAA finals, as a way to focus harder and more and do better, because there is more importance. So look at the thing that's causing you to lose focus. See, I can't really focus on this unless I refuse to focus on this. We talk about in our 28-day camp, we have a 28-day camp that sold out 7 years in a row, and it used to be a 14-day camp for 4 years. 11 years in a row, it's sold out. We'd love to have you. But we only have 150 spots. And if you want to get involved, last year we sold out by February 8th. So we just released our camp dates. It is November 16th, 2023. And the camp dates just got released. So if you want to get involved, we have 14-day camps, 10-day camps, 5-day camps also on our training center in Missouri. So what we teach at our seminars in our 28-day camp is, if I have to focus on the teacher and I'm letting this annoying kid who's a distraction talking or whatever bother me, I have to make a conscious effort to say, hey, you need to get better grades. Your grades suck. We've got to get a 3.5. You knock it off. That kid doesn't have to be quiet. That kid can do what the hell he wants. It's my job to ignore that crap, focus on this. It's just simple accountability. So you just got to kind of be a jerk and just tough and mean towards yourself, okay? But I do think that the most important thing to focus is to say, acknowledge what's scaring you and say, I won't blow up a $35 arrow if I really buckle down and I hit that freaking target. I don't have to 12 ring it. I just got to hit the 10 or the 8. But I'm not going to blow up any arrows. As long as I hit the hole, I'm fine. So quit being a wimp. Focus on it. Focus on what needs to be done. Same thing in wrestling, right? Hey, you know what? Sure, this does mean more than the JV tournament. Coach lied. Coach is giving me bad advice. My mom she's going to love me no matter what. I don't care. I'm not going to love myself unless I start winning something. So guess what? Let those people chatter. I am going to admit that this state tournament means a whole lot to me, and I freaking want to win, and I don't want to lose. Okay, so what am I going to do? I'm going to get over here and I'm going to focus. And I'm going to ride this kid and get the legs. And I'm going to win this freaking match. And I'm going to be the state champ. I'm getting out of this tournament. So it's acknowledgement and hyper focus and a little bit of anger and determination and not being scared. And don't be wishy-washy. No, it's your job to focus and get this thing accomplished. So there you go. Share this with somebody. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. Some of our Facebook videos have hundreds of thousands of views. And you can follow us on social media. We're everywhere. Perla Wrestling. That's it. Just at Perla Wrestling. We're in Moscow Mills. There's 214 beds, 26,000 square foot of space, three monster wrestling rooms, strength and conditioning facility. We do weekend camps for boys and girls, year-round summer camps for 3 months straight. We also do academy. We've had as many as 490 wrestlers in our academy. They drive 8 hours round trip just to train with us for 2.5 hours a week. No exaggeration. There's probably 50 families that drive 3 hours round trip every week to train with us. Some do that twice a week. So we pretty much do it all in our online wrestling course. Master the best 272 wrestling techniques in the sport of wrestling. Broken down basics, phase 1, phase 2, phase 3. Full line of girls summer camps as well. Private lessons if you're an academy member. We have our online course, which I just discussed. We also have private team camps. We come to you. Those camps can be used as a fundraiser. And we've had teams make over 20 grand in 1 week. That's no exaggeration. There's probably been 30 of them that have done that. So many over the past 9 years have made, 3 to 8 grand. So we charge a flat fee. We help you promote it. Perla Wrestling draws a crowd. You keep the money. We get a flat fee. This is your camp. Our system is basically our 3-position camp that we offer in the summer, which that has sold out 19 out of 20 times. We've been doing it for 10 years exactly. So we bring that camp to you, and 3 coaches get full lifetime access to our online academy, and every member of the camp gets the camp streaming to their cell phone or their computer for life. So we bring a lot to the table for the private team camps. It's right around $1,500, $1,600 a day. The longer camps are less, the shorter ones a little bit more. Based on 40 wrestlers, $40 a day. You can get that easy. So pack the place with 60, 70, 80 kids. Charge them $65, $70 a day. They get a $200 video series for free, so that's an easy sell. You guys can pocket the money, so that's our private team camps. So summer camps, academy, online academy, private team camps, and we also have online coaching now that we've just started, and girls programs as well. And yeah, so we pretty much do it all. So you can check us out, perlawrestling.com. Good luck.